Hello.
Hi.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. You?
Wow, there's a huge. Okay, can I close this thing here? Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to stream this, right, to YouTube. And actually, I would like to ask your permission to stream the video here, right? Since you were just going to be up there too. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Okay, so and I just closed the window here. I'm not sure if it's still happening. Let me see here. Uh, okay, is that? Oh my God, it's terrible. No, no, just erase this thing here. For the love of God. Sorry.
No
Actually,
worries.
we are short in people here because some of the clubbers are not showing up today. Not coming. But I believe that we have another person who is not supposed to be in our group, but he will come to this meeting because he missed his original meeting, and we have also, um, yeah, also Vanessa, right? She's probably coming too.
Yeah.
Let me just try to erase this thing here. Okay, channel. So, what's up with you?
Don't much. In my city, we are still in quarantine about because of the virus, so I can't get out of my house.
You can't get out. Get out. How many days has the quarantine lasted?
No, we don't know.
Over
I mean, we'll be in 2 months now in
2 months.
quarantine.
Okay. Only 2 months. It started late because we have been quarantined since March here, right?
Yeah,
And
because
yeah,
sorry.
go
No,
ahead.
in the beginning we were like the rest of the country was like with a lot of cases, but my city was okay. And now in the second wave we were like a lot worse. So that's why we start like in the quarantine now.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. And do you have any predictions like estimated time of ending to this quarantine?
Sorry, what?
Do you have like a forecast or maybe a prediction to
I don't know.
to the end?
Yeah, because I mean, like in Punta Arena, it's a very small city, and we are having like today we have 300 cases only
Okay.
in my city. So it's a lot, and it's supposed to going down, but it's not going down. It's every day is worse. So I really don't know.
That sucks. Yeah, but are you optimistic about that? How do you feel about this quarantine, this coronavirus situation?
I don't know. I it's like kind of annoying to still be in this virus and you don't have nothing to do. It's like you have the only thing that you have to do is stay at home, and it's like kind of frustrated because you can do anything. It's like just wait until something I don't know happen.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so it's probably Vanessa, and let me try to solve this. You can leave the screen. Okay, while wait, please. Vanessa,
Hello,
how are you?
Hi.
I'm good and you?
I'm good too. So Vanessa, I'm trying to stream, the thing here. And I did some testing, and I don't know why.
I think it's already streaming because when you,
Yes, it is.
yeah, I can see here it's on live.
Yeah. And I had the window open, so it was like echoing because whenever I said something or you said something, like some seconds later, the YouTube would play, and then my microphone would catch again, you know. So I had to close the window.
Okay. It
Okay,
is
Giovanni is
streaming
here.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent him the link.
Yes, I tried to add him, but I don't have his phone.
Hey,
Hello,
Jovan.
man. How are you?
Hi guys.
Jovan, this is
Fine,
Catalina.
thanks.
Hi.
Hello, Catalina. Nice
This
to
Hi,
is
meet
Giovanni.
you.
Ref. Ref is our second host. One of our hosts. We have two
One
hosts,
of
Gustavo and Ref. This is Ref. Yeah, I think
Hello, Haraf.
you haven't
Hello, how are you?
before.
Fine,
met him
thanks. Nice to meet you again.
Thank you. You too. So, guys,
So
today, yeah, go ahead and go.
no, I'm just trying the video. I like these would be
Yeah, it's
okay
better now.
for you guys.
Yes, it's great.
Yeah.
All right. Where are you? Are you
Okay.
at home?
Yeah, I'm home now. I was out, but now I'm home.
Okay. So, guys, let me just change my computer to the other side because my background here is so messed up. All right.
Okay.
So, just a moment. All right.
We're gonna keep talking
Yeah.
here. How are you today, guys? What are you doing
Good.
this Saturday? What have you done today?
Catalina, you go first.
No, I sleep until very late because I went to sleep at 3 a.m. So I wake up like at 11. And then I just eat pizza and that's it.
I understand you. I have been sleeping pretty late as well, but today a miracle happened and I woke up early. I woke up at 6 a.m.
Oh, that's early.
Thanks. That's pretty early.
Pretty early. For a Saturday, yes.
Yeah.
It's good. I feel so good when I wake up early. And how about you, Jovan? How have you done?
I kind of was wake up late last night as well. I was like I was trying to do something like useful things, but then I just messed up and I went to sleep. It was like through 2:30 anyway, so kind of late too. And I woke up this morning at 8, I would say, but then I just fell asleep again. I was like, I woke up and I did something and just straight back to my bed again. And then I slept like till 11. So not kind
Afternoon.
of, yeah,
Afternoon
Friday,
nap.
kind of, yeah, Saturday feelings, I would say. Then I had to like do something at home. Then I went to the supermarket and yeah, just stuff. Yes.
Kata, he's
Started.
living in Ireland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm very far away of everyone.
Yeah. Kata
Yes,
is in Chile. Jovan, just letting you know. Kata is from Chile and she's in there right now.
Chile.
Catalina.
Yes, nice.
Very beautiful city. I always see the photos she shares on Instagram.
Which city do you live in?
In Punta Arenas. It's at the end of everything. Like if you see the continent, like at the end, over there.
Oh yeah. I will like check out later.
Seems pretty cold.
Yeah.
I always see Catalina sharing stories and photos, and she's always wearing like cold winter clothes. Yeah.
How's the weather today there?
Normally it's very cold. Like now we are in I forgot the word. In primavera.
Spring.
Yeah.
Spring. That's the word. Yes. So now it's like kind of better, the weather, but it's very, very windy. So sometimes we have
Yeah.
like 100 kilometers per hour of wind.
Oh, this is.
So
Oh my
normally it's like a
gosh.
nice day, you don't see any clouds on the sky, and then you go outside, it's very windy. It's like, oh my God, no, it's really not go inside.
Yeah, it's
Yes, I'm
here
back.
in,
Sorry.
yeah, here in Ireland it's kind of the same. Like even when we had like sunlight and I maybe Vanessa saw I posted a photo on Instagram yesterday, and it was like really like the shiniest day I've seen here so far. So,
I
but it
think
was
it's
like
so.
8, yeah, it was like 8 Celsius degree. So it was freezing. It
So,
was freezing.
how
So
long have you been there, Johan?
it's been like 3 weeks today actually.
3 weeks.
Oh, 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Okay, that's nice. And is
I
that the
I
first?
yeah, I spent like the first 2 weeks in doing a quarantine. I was like under restricted movements because I came from Brazil and all the travel and so I had to like stay for 2 weeks at home basically.
Travel
I didn't go
restrictions.
out. Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
wonder that you could travel at all. You know,
yeah,
because
yeah,
some
that
some
was
borders are closed in many countries. So was
yeah,
that difficult for you?
yeah, it was pretty challenging actually. Um, because we had like to arrange a bunch of documents and just just to make sure we wouldn't have like problems at the immigration.
Okay, but so you're there studying, right?
Yes, I'm studying.
So do you have to have a visa?
Yes, I do. But actually, we are able to come here without a visa, but then we have to apply for a visa. So I would have like normally from 1 to 3 months to apply for a visa. I had like they gave me 3 months, so I have until December to apply for a visa. And due
Okay.
I
to
heard about.
all the COVID-19 stuff, they like kind of the process are a bit um delaying. We had some delays, something like this.
Okay.
But I
And have
will apply for a visa.
and okay, so you haven't yet, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So I have just applied to get my Portuguese citizenship. So I took all the
Right, nice.
documents, I paid the fee. So now I have to wait 1 year for the
One
process to be
year.
finalized. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Portugal is as bureaucratic as Brazil. You know, actually, we
Kind
have
of.
uh, we have a place that it comes from, right? It's Portugal. So yeah, but I believe that after I get my citizenship, which is like a birth certificate, I still have to go to Belém to file for the ID card and the passport. So it's another process. It's another money, right?
Takes time and money.
Yeah, it sure does. Kata, you are original from
Chile.
Chile, right? Um, and I believe that South America is a continent that almost all of it speaks Spanish, right?
Yeah.
And
Except Brazil, we are the weird people
yeah,
here.
actually, I think the Suriname and also
Yeah, they speak
uh,
French, I think, in the
speak
north of
Well,
South
yeah,
yeah,
America.
French. There's
the
and
Guyana, yeah.
yeah, yeah. No. But tell me, have you been to many countries in South America?
I've been in Peru, Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador, and Argentina.
Whoa.
Never
Oh,
Brazil
nice.
though.
Nice.
Right? And do you have to have any special documents in order to be able to travel or even to
No,
live in other countries there?
no. I mean, if you want to travel, you just need your ID. At least
Yeah.
in Peru, Bolivia, yeah, also Ecuador. No, yeah,
Brazil as
everything. Yeah, you
well.
you never
Yeah.
need anything. And I think even if I go to Brazil, I don't need anything.
We
But
have
I
Yeah.
don't know.
government.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
if I want to travel to Brazil like tourist, I just need my ID. But I don't know if I want to live in another country, I need some paperwork. I probably need some visa.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have this agreement with some countries that compose the Mercosur, right? And I know that to travel among any of these countries, you don't need to have anything different from your ID card, right? I don't know if you can drive though, because the laws could be like very different. Not sure.
As I know, we need an international
Driving
license.
license. Yeah, it's not hard to take it. It's pretty easy.
Okay.
But
That's
it's
nice.
not like, for example, if I have my driver license and I just translate it, like it's not. You can do that.
Yeah, you need to translate like with like a licensed translator, and then you go to the traffic department at Chile or your country, and then you can drive.
Just to recognize,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice. So guys, have either of you been to Egypt? We had an Egyptian guest today, right? This morning.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I couldn't be in the meeting because I work in the morning, right? I work in another project in the morning, so I couldn't be there. But have you do you know much about Egypt? Have you been there?
Specifically about the pyramids.
Yeah, me too.
I've never been there.
No?
I maybe someday, but I haven't so far.
What about you, Kata?
No, I never been there either. I just know about the pyramids and it's very beautiful. But that's it. And I want to go one day. Yeah.
It's fun that many people say that once you see the pyramids in person, you kind of get disappointed because because they look like much smaller and more like distant, like far away from what you expect, because I think it's going to be like monumental and breathtaking, and actually the points that you can visit, they are far away from it, from them. So it's like kind of disappointing. I've seen some people comparing pictures online, so it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I saw the
photos. Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. I also saw picture like about like different monuments around the world, like what you expect and what is the reality. And I remember that I saw the pyramids, like you say, you imagine that it's in a big desert and the pyramids and everything. And then when you go to see them, they're like almost in the middle of the city, like very close, and you don't have this desert around them. So it's like kind of, oh.
Yeah, it's funny, right? So actually, our question for the topic of today's topic, is were the pyramids built by aliens? Have you ever heard anybody saying that the pyramids were built by aliens?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah,
I heard like one of like conspiracy theory or something. Like some people believe that the monuments were like they were built hundreds of years ago, so people would say that the engineer or the technology they used back then was pretty much like advanced for the time. So that's why some people would believe that maybe some alien kind of life built it. But I don't know. It's pretty hard to believe it.
Yeah, they don't believe in it?
I don't believe it.
What about you, Kata? Do you believe it?
I don't know. I mean, I heard the thing that you want, like there was like a lot of engineering and technology that was very hard to do it in that time. So the only real, like, the real form to do it was with aliens or with the help to aliens. But I mean, I believe in life, like in the space and everything, but I don't know that I don't believe that the aliens helped to build the pyramids.
Okay. What about you, Vanessa? What do you think about this
Well,
question?
I believe that we have more than one solar system. So I believe that probably there is life in other solar systems and other planets as well. I don't believe
Planets,
we're
yeah.
alone here,
Mhm.
but I don't believe aliens came to Earth and they built something before. I believe they were humans, people who built the pyramids. And even Ahmed was explaining the reasons why they were really people and they could be smart. If we have all this technology today, why they couldn't have in that time? That's what he was talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, but it makes sense that they didn't, because like the technology, as any other aspect of human knowledge, is something that adds up along the years, right? You kind of record your history, and then the next generation learns from it, and then improves, right? So it's kind of hard to imagine that we once had a technology that's advanced, or even more advanced than ours, and then we just unlearned everything, then we just lost every, you know, and then we restarted from scratch, you know. So where's this knowledge? Why didn't we advance like faster than we did, right? They say also the same thing about the Incas and Mayas and
Yeah.
those people, that they were like more advanced than we are nowadays, or as advanced. I don't know. I'm not sure. So what do you think about this? Could we have actually forgotten, or maybe lost all this knowledge, and restart again? Vanessa.
I think many people did, and also I think in that time they didn't have all this communication, the advanced communication that we have nowadays. And another thing which is important to think, especially about the pyramids, is that they didn't build that in a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same as you see a building in here, and you say, someone from before could say like, "Oh, do you believe this was built by humans?" And the person would say, no, a human cannot do that. But if you're gonna explain, oh, it was the way how they built, it wasn't like today they decided to build and tomorrow it is ready. So I think it's the same about the pyramids. I think they took years to build all of that.
Okay. Cool. What about you, Kata? What do you think about this knowledge? Why did this knowledge about the technology of the Incas, Mayas, and even Egyptians kind of got lost along the years?
Well, I think that they just like get destroyed because of the colonization and everything. Like for example, I remember that last year I went to Machu Picchu and it was pretty awesome to see everything that they did. But when the people from Spain came, they almost burned everything and they destroyed everything. So it was pretty hard to maintain the ideas and the technology that they have. So I think something maybe similar happened with the Egypt, that they knew a lot and a lot of things they get lost in the time with the colonization and the thief and I don't know, things like that.
Yeah, actually, those people, they were decimated. Actually, they were completely extincted, right? Uh, because of the colonization and European people coming to the new continent, which is America, right?
Yeah.
So it's very sad how human beings have this need to destroy everything and to prevail over other people and other beings, like
Other
whether they're animal or people,
other
right?
Yeah.
cultures, I would say.
Like Machu Picchu, for example, was like, because you can see that it was an old city, and the guy told us that, well, any of the things have like a roof on it, and was because all Machu Picchu was burning down, and they just get fired with everything, and now we can see some of the houses and things that they had, but Machu Picchu was more bigger, and it's pretty sad that they just burn everything.
Yeah. Actually, Kata, I have a question for you because you are from Chile, right? So
Yeah.
there is another world mystery around Easter Island, right?
Ah, yeah, the
Yeah,
mice.
and why, right?
Yeah.
Can you type for us the name on the chat in the
Ah,
chat?
yes, of course.
I want to know more about that. I don't know.
Yes, me too.
Neither do I. More eyes.
Moais. Moais.
Wise. Okay.
So,
So tell us
what is
about
it?
that, Kata.
Yeah, they also say that the mice were made with the help of aliens because they're very big
Hmm.
and you just can't see the head of it. So there are several theories. Like some people say that the body is down, like
Mhm.
you just see the head and all the body is down in the
Ha- has
earth.
that been confirmed?
No, it's
Yes.
just a
It's
theory
a theory.
because the thing is when I remember that I read about the write about them and they're like they make this head around all the islands and they were like kind of guards to keep safe the people in the island. So are the like a small one. So you just like I think in a day. I never been there,
Never
but
been there.
no, because it's very far away and it's kind of expensive to go there.
Yeah.
It is.
but I always want to go because all the people say that it's amazing because they're very big and you can see all around the island the head of the moais
Around
and
the island. Wow, that's great.
Whoa.
They must be really, really big. Um, but don't you think that today, with the technology that we have, it shouldn't be easy to find out that if there's like the rest of the body buried? Because, okay, you could dig, right? We could also use equipments like ultrasonic things or I don't know, X-ray.
yeah
I'm not a scientist, but I believe there are technologies that you can like look into the ground and see what's there, right?
yeah
So
the thing
what?
is like the people believe that maybe there was a body buried but now it's not there anymore because of the all the many years that it's been there. So that's why it's not there, but it's supposed that in the beginning they have a body.
Okay, but wouldn't it be more preserved than the outside part? Because the outside part
Yeah,
is like
I suppose.
exposed to the sun and to the weather and everything. So
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. It's not the people say that. I
yeah,
never. I mean, I know that they don't have a body, but the people say that in like many years, the first one they have, or maybe some of them I had, but
yes,
I don't
sure.
know. But I
Okay, yeah,
also aliens, always aliens.
aliens, right?
Yeah.
Um, okay, but let's say that aliens had nothing to do about it, okay, with it, not to do with it. So what was the reason that people could have made those stone things? Do you have any idea of their purpose?
Like I think because they have like they believe in different kind of gods and they have like these different religions or something like that. So they believe that these big stones, these mice, just they just keep safe everything and they're always make ceremonies about around them and I think there was like kind of the god of the religion, you know. I don't know how to say it. But
Maybe it has
yeah.
some meaning, religious meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think so too, right? Because throughout history, different peoples, always have made like images for them to adore and to worship, right? Even the Jewish people, right? Because the Jewish God, which is the Christian God, right? Um, in their religion, he says that people shouldn't worship images, right? But during the time that the Jewish people were stranded in the desert and lost there, they actually started building some statues, right, in the images of animals in order to worship. And the Bible says that God was really angry with them, right, and He punished them because of that. So it's not an exclusive. It's not exclusive of the. How do you call the people there? Like,
The
Kata.
religion.
Yeah, the people who used to live in Easter Island and who probably.
I don't know, because I would say in Spanish it's like Pascuenses or people from Rapa Nui, but I don't know the right word in English.
Okay, so so guys, Java, you live nowadays in Ireland, right?
Yes.
Do you already know any of the folklore tales there, or maybe mysteries and unexplained events, like
Well,
the Irish tell?
not much actually, but I do live in a city that it was believed it was actually invaded by like the Vikings actually. I don't know how mystic this could be, but the city was actually like invaded by the Vikings. So they came here and they, you know, I think you guys must have been like heard about the Vikings before, but
Yeah.
here there is actually kind of a boat trip. There is a Viking boat. They claim to be the original one. So if you go like to the city center, like in the middle of the town, there is a river which runs through the town. So there you can like buy a ticket to go on this Viking trip. Um, I've done it before. It's pretty funny actually. There is this tourist guide. The guy would like explain all the history behind this boat, and we actually get to do the same trip that they said it's believed that the Vikings did before back then. So we go like we take this boat trip and we go like to I don't know how it's say like an old cemetery, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, cemetery.
Yeah, cemetery. And yeah, people the locals they know better, of course, than the history behind it. But it's pretty actually funny, I would say, because you get to sail in this Viking boat. So yes, there's this story I know. It's pretty Irish, I think.
Can you share any photo with us of this place?
I do. I think I have quite. I have some photos.
You want to share with us?
Yes, I would. I think I have the at least the photo from the Viking boat. I do have it.
Cool. So I enabled
go.
you to share. So whenever you're ready, you can just press the green button, okay, share, and then you share your screen.
And you can share from Google as well if you
from
don't have
Google,
it here. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to like. I'll be back in a minute just to. I have here on my drive, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep talking. Because actually, I went. Yeah, it could take a bit of time.
No problem.
Yeah.
So, Vanessa, what do you think could have happened in Easter Island in order for the bodies of the statue, if they were actually no true? I don't know. The story is true. What could have happened for them to vanish, to disappear?
Well, I don't know. I can't say because I don't understand so much about like these natural events.
Yeah,
but I believe that maybe phenomenal. I believe some natural phenomenal, and I also believe it wasn't like just one day it happened. I think it took long to happen.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It took so,
It
so
was a
long.
whole process.
Yeah, but as I told you before, I don't understand why the heads are still there and the bodies aren't. Okay, but I think it could be that there were only heads to begin with. You know, because it would have been very complicated to build a body to match the head, because the heads are huge. Can you imagine the size of the body? You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah, it's like a giant,
Maybe it was
I
huge.
don't know.
Yeah.
yes. Do you have any idea about what's the biggest sculpture in the world nowadays?
Hmm,
Honestly,
no
I don't
idea.
know. I have no idea.
Because
The
I
biggest
imagine
what? Sorry.
the big sculpture, you know,
Um,
Maybe
or
the
I th
pharaoh. I don't know how to
pharaoh,
say, but the
pharaoh.
pharaoh in Egypt. It's
I think
huge.
it was in Africa, but I don't remember. I don't quite remember the name of it. Maybe if I'm not mistaken, actually.
Okay.
I think Kata is searching about that.
Yes.
No, I was trying to find about the mice because I don't want to say something that is wrong.
No, don't
but
worry.
but
Yeah.
also it's curious that there's different kind of mice. Not, they're not all the same. That some of the mice have hat on it and have different size. And also I was like seeing a picture that they found like several of the mice have half of the body buried, so they see the body on it.
Okay.
The half of the body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can see like they make a big hole and you can see the half of the body inside of
Wow.
the yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I guess it's true, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very interested in these mysteries, not only like worldwide mysteries, but about ghost stories and apparitions and things. You know, I do not believe all of them, but I think it must be very interesting to know that something out there that the science hasn't discovered yet, or that eludes us, right? So, do you have any personal stories about uh, unexplained phenomena? Like, Kata, do you have anything that happened with you or your family that you could not explain?
Or maybe something specific from Chile or your
From
uh,
city.
Chile, yes, it can be Chile.
well, I believe like I think I believe in everything because I don't know, everything can
Yeah,
be, So I believe in
me
ghosts
too.
and stuff like that. And personal, I have like three similar stories about ghosts in my house
Okay, tell
that
us,
we
please.
couldn't explain. Like so, in my kitchen, we have a stove. It's not like the normal stove. It's different. I will send you a picture about the stove here because are
Okay.
different. Like we just have it here and not in the rest of Chile. So I was like next to the stove, and we have two windows like this. Like one window here and one
Yeah,
window here.
like in a
And
corner,
yeah.
on
So
a
I was
corner.
watching the window over there, and was during the night. So I have the light on. So I was watching this window over here, and in this part I have like another room. So I was just watching the window, and in the reflex of the window, I saw something going from this part to this part, like in the other room. And I was like, what? So I was like, no, maybe it was my imagination, like nothing happened. So I started looking to the other room, but in the kitchen. And then I saw the same thing, but going to the other side. And I was
Oh,
like,
that's
I
scary.
was like, it was kind of a shadow, but a white shadow. And I was like, and my parents were at home, but in their room, like watching TV or something. And I went just to run, and I was like, I just saw a ghost. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, I really saw that. And I wasn't scary at all because it was like white, and I didn't feel like a bad energy, but it was like kind of awesome to see, you know, like, oh my God. And
Do you think?
also,
But do you think it could be that you saw like somebody, a person like uh, that invaded your house for some reason, or maybe an animal? Was it tall, like a person?
yeah, it was very tall, but it was like a shadow, but white, like a light. No, I don't know how to explain. And I saw it in the window, and then I saw it like in front of me. So I was like, oh my God, this is real. I don't know.
Oh my God.
But and another time, I also was in the kitchen, but was during the day, and my mom and my older brother was there. That they was just talking, and I was like just looking around, and I saw the same shadow like going from we have a door, so from the door to outside, and I saw it in the window from the window,
Okay.
and I say to my brother and my mama, it's like I just saw a ghost, and they were like,
You
okay,
crazy.
Carla, and they start laughing, and then the lights start like doing this, and then the lights turn off because it was during the day, but we have the light on, and then just the light turn off, and we have to change the light bulb because it never worked again. So I
Wow.
was like, I saw you, I saw you, I saw a ghost. So, and I
Were
never
you
see like something move or something, but
were you a kid? Like how old were you?
no, I was all like 18 maybe.
Okay, so already an adult, right?
Yeah.
Wow,
So,
that's spooky.
but
Very
like I
spooky.
say, it's not like a scary thing. Like I never was
Mm-hmm.
scared about it. Because I think like if you believe in ghosts, they're like the bad ghosts and the good ghosts. Like
Good
maybe it was
ones.
like, for example, my house is very old, and the other owners that we have, there were like a old couple, like very old, and the woman died in the house, but like nothing tragic, just she died
Hmm.
because she was very old. So sometimes I believe that maybe it's her. I don't know, like around the house.
Wow. But what do you think it was? Like, what do you really think it was? Do you think it was a ghost or not?
Like like my theory, like my personal theory, is that we have something in the kitchen because also my parents and my brothers see stuff, and it's always around the kitchen. And also there's something very particular that always happens, that in this corner where the windows are, we every time that we put a clock on it, you know, like the clock works with the magnetic thing.
Yeah.
So every time that we put a clock, like a new one, an old one, we change the battery, and it's always break down. Like it's always like there and then stop. And every time that we change the clock to another room, the clock start again. But every time
Oh,
that we put the clock over there, yeah. So it's kind of, I don't know, maybe there's like a door to another world, something like that.
Maybe the
that would be very
ex-owner,
nice.
the old owners, the original owners didn't like watches. Don't put in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we, we
Yeah.
we we stopped trying because in the position of the kitchen, my mom loves the clock over there, so she really tried to put it there, but every time it just stops.
Yeah.
So
I would
it's kind
love.
of
I would
weird.
love to be sure that those things existed because with I always have the same opinion that our minds, our creativity is so intense and so big and wide, and at the same time reality is so kind of boring, right? So we can imagine, we can make movies and write books and draw comics, and where people have powers, and then we have like different realities and awesome adventures, and then real life is kind of so boring, you're so fragile and you're so powerless and you're so, you know uh, I
Yeah.
think these things, they must exist. I don't know. I
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
wish they do, right? I sure wish they do.
It's
Like
supposed that
werewolves.
like the spiritual or your soul when you die stay, but in like kind of in another world, but it's like a like
A
in the
parallel
same,
world, right?
yeah, parallel world. So yeah, the thing that I want to say, like maybe we have like a portal in my kitchen, so sometimes the ghosts go to the wrong portal, and it's like, oh my god, this is the other world. I made a mistake,
Yeah.
something like
Sorry.
that.
Oh
Yeah,
my God, Kata has a lot of theories.
Have you
So
seen a
nice.
movie called The Others?
Yeah,
It's a very old movie with Nicole Kidman.
with
Nicole
Nicole.
Kidman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
yeah, I remember.
the people realize they are dead and they are ghosts actually, and that the other reality is the reality of the living, right?
Yeah,
It's very nice.
Yeah.
that's
It's
crazy.
awesome.
At
Yeah.
the end, they found out they were not spoilers.
Yeah.
I
Spoiler
don't know if
alert.
someone that in the end they found out they were the others.
Yeah, they were the others. That's true. So, guys, Jovan just posted
Yeah,
here.
I shared a link to the Viking trip website. It seems I can't find actually the photos I took. So actually this trip was like 6 years ago when because I've been here in Ireland before. So
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
I took this trip when I was here before, because now we are like kind of quarantine and all the COVID stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's what
I
I was wondering.
barely,
Like, my God, he
yeah.
took this
Yeah.
tour in the
Yeah,
middle
no,
of
it
the.
was not it was not recently. It was like actually 6 years ago. So I was trying to find the pictures, but I didn't. So I did find this website link to the Viking trip. So I shared it. Maybe we'll just check it out later or something. Just, yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
but no problem.
So,
I'll just listen to the stories that you were sharing.
That Kata was sharing.
do
I
you have any
remember
ghost
like
stories?
I I don't think so, but there was this time when I was like young, and I used to like to go to my parents, not my parents actually, my parents, not my grandpa, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
your
my grandpa.
grandparents.
Yeah, my grandparents. And there was like these stories, and we were, me and my brothers, we they and I was like, we are like kind of scared, because they were like some humors about like ghost stories, but it wasn't actually ghost. So we heard that there was a time that the people would say that there was like a ghost wolf, like
Oh,
going around, and yeah,
that
we
sounds
back then,
badass, you know?
yeah, back then we were very like very scared, like really. But then we started to realize that, I think was my mom or my father, I don't know, so one of them would like tell the real story, like it was just like a wolf. Still we are scared, like would like, yeah, but just I think when we were like young, some stories that did seem pretty scary nowadays, back then was like a big deal.
Yeah, we were kids,
Yeah,
right? Do you
yeah.
think it could be your parents or grandparents just wanted to scare you into behaving yourselves?
I don't think so, because the funny thing is that there was real wolves like sneaking around their house, but the party that it was like a ghost, it was completely like created. But maybe they just they didn't create it like a fake story, just maybe altered something.
They embezzled it, right? They kind
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
worked
That's
around
make
it.
Yeah, they made it more like scary.
Yeah. What about you, Vanessa? Do you have any unexplained phenomena, stories, phenomenon stories, or maybe ghost stories? I don't know. Do you have any personal ones?
A lot. My family is
Really?
quite
Really?
weird about that. Yeah.
Nice.
I was really trying to remember something to share with you guys, and she said like just a lot. And it seems just so natural.
Yeah, because I grew up with my family with a lot of things happening, and it's quite weird. Sometimes I believe, sometimes not, because I'm not a religious person, and my family also doesn't follow, the religion spiritism.
Yeah.
My family doesn't follow, but they believe in a lot of things about the spiritism.
Weren't they Catholic?
Yeah, they are Catholic, but as I'm telling you, like they are not following
They
the
believe in
spiritism, but they believe in a lot of things because a lot of weird things happen with
Okay.
my family. So one of these situations, that is a special situation, because I grew up in the house that my grandpa built. My grandpa built a house, and he lived in there, and this house is so old, but he built, there was nothing there. He just like bought the land, and he built the home in there.
It's from scratch, right?
Yeah, it was funny. He built by himself because he was a laborer. And anyway, so I grew up in there. He was not living there anymore. It was just my grandma and my mother and me and my sister. And he was at the end of his life. Like he passed away this year, in the beginning of this year, but at the end of his life, the last 20 years, he kind of got a decision in his life. He decided to divorce from my grandma, but not because he wanted someone else. It was crazy. He just wanted to be by himself. He
yeah.
wanted to live in a farm, and he did it.
Oh,
He went to live in countryside in a
How old
farm.
was he?
He was, it happened when he was already 70 something, when he
Oh, it's
decided to
a
do
weird
it.
decision.
oh,
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
uh,
Everyone was saying the same, like, why are you doing that? Like, what is going to be difference in your life right now? You're already leaving the farm,
yeah. He was
and your
like,
wife is
I'm
here. There is
just,
no point to
yeah.
divorce.
I guess he was like, just I'm tired of this all, and then Jenna goes relax or something.
Yeah, and everyone was concerning about him, not about divorcing, but because he was living by himself, and he was in an age that, like, he was having health problems, normal. So we were concerning about he had some problem, and no one is there to assist him. No one is
Yeah.
there to help. And we were trying to visit him sometimes to check how he was feeling, but he didn't want to live with someone else. He wants to live by himself and his animals at his farm. But what happened, a lot of weird things were happening whenever he was going to visit us. First of all, he was appearing there like a ghost. My grandpa was just like not telling anything, and he had the keys of the home, of course, it was his home. He was opening the door and hello,
Okay,
suddenly in the
I'm
morning.
I'm sorry. Your grandfather, right, was
Yeah.
seeing someone else's ghost.
No, 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 no. I'm telling, he was living in a farm,
Okay.
and he was
Like a
like a ghost
ghost.
sometimes.
He was
He was alive. He was alive, but he was like a ghost. Sometimes he was opening the door suddenly and, hey, I'm here. And whenever he was going to visit us,
That's
a lot of,
weird.
a lot of weird things were happening. Like,
Oh,
some of my aunts were going to see him, and they were seeing. They say they are medium. I think, I don't know if this word exists in English. Medium, when you are able to see
medium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
medium,
supernatural
I
things.
think so.
medium, psychic.
Yeah. So they are kind of medium, my aunts, and they were seeing like some stuff, and they were saying like, that his mother was there. His mother was not alive.
Hmm.
My great grandmother.
So after
Yeah.
all, he wasn't alone.
Yeah, like that's what they. And one of my
They believe
aunts.
they were. They believe he wasn't alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and one of my aunts even said, sometimes I believe, sometimes not, that she could hear, she's saying, that she was kind of complaining, like next to him and complaining, unhappy about him. Like, oh, you should be next to your family. Like, I can't believe you're doing that. Please listen to me. You should be with your family, or those kind of things. And I believe she could be around, but I don't believe that she was like talking to my aunt. I don't know. Sometimes I believe, sometimes not. And even me, I saw some weird things when he was there, like kind of shadows. But I'm not like my aunts, like to see something and hear something. But sometimes some weird stuff were happening in this home. And it's so true that after we moved to this home, my mother bought this home and we moved it here, and nothing happened anymore.
Okay,
No.
it's funny because he was alive, right? So I believe that's called like astral projection. Have you seen
This
this
word.
thing, this word, astral
No,
projection?
never seen this word.
Yeah, let me type here for you. Astral projection. Okay, so astral projection is when
Astral
a
projection.
person is able
Ah,
to project their soul or their spirit, I don't know, into the world. So usually they see themselves like lying down in bed, for example, and they can travel and go to another places. And actually, my mother has one story like this. So I believe I told in a meeting here about my mother, and that she lived in a haunted house when she was a kid and a teenager, right? But this story about astral projection was after she was an adult. So she was Christian, right? She was Protestant, right? And what like there was a time that she was really engaged in the spiritual world, and and she was reading a lot of books about people who are used by God to make visitations even, and she wanted to make those visitations in spirit. And actually she was praying to God for him to give her this ability, this to use her like this. And one day she told us that she got it, but she was so scared that she gave up on it, because she
Mm.
felt like she was leaving her body and going somewhere else. So right, and there are so many stories about this house that she used to live in, which is in Belém, and that people there, they used to listen to actually there were two different houses, right? But one of them, people used to listen to a horse, a horse inside of a well, that there was a well there, right? And if you climbed the tree after midday, you would certainly fall. So everybody would fall if they climbed a certain tree there. Or maybe if you threw a stone, a little pebble, in the basement, the pebble would return like all along by itself. So there was like many stories. That was kind of scary, and it's my mother, so and she lived through it, so I do believe her. She didn't have any reason to
Reason
lie
to.
to me,
To lie, yeah.
right? And to us, so it's very funny. What about you, Jovan?
Yeah.
Do you have any ghost stories?
Not really. I think the only ones that I remember is that those on from my childhood, but not quite like very ghost stories. Um, Sometimes that there would be like my uncles would like see someone, and in this situation I think they were just like creating to make their sons and their children and their um yeah, just their relatives scared. Like they would see like someone and just pretend to be like, oh, I saw a ghost or something. But most of the time the true uh the true story would come up, and just everyone was just laughing as they just
That's
created this
nice. Yeah.
just invented this stuff
Were you
to
scared?
make. Yeah,
Were you
i
afraid?
wasn't i wasn't
No?
actually, but
Yeah.
I don't think so.
As a kid, I was
Yeah.
never afraid of those stories, those ghost
uh,
stories. or
Yeah,
movies for that
we were
matter. I don't
just
understand why people
more.
are so afraid of movies. Like
Yeah.
sometimes they don't want to watch a movie when they're alone, like a scary movie, you know, a horror film. And for me, it's like, oh my god, it's so silly. I don't know, like my opinion. I do respect everybody, but I can feel truly scared by a movie. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
I think
me
Me
too.
too.
Like, maybe when you were little, I don't know if you play like the Ouija, you know, the Ouija, the with the table and you can move
Oh yeah, I would
the
never play
glass.
that. You know?
When I was little, I remember that we tried with my friends and we didn't have like the real uh, things, like we just draw in a paper like A, B, C,
Mhm.
D, and yes, no, and everything. And several times we tried to play, and more than once the glass or the coin moved, and we were like, "Oh my god!" But nothing really happened. We always say like, "You move it, no, you move it," and we're like, "No, I didn't." So we never knew if it was real or something did it, but
Yeah.
was kind of scary to play. And
Most likely
so
one of the
I
girls, one of
did.
the kids moved it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then
But
he's
also
sitting
just to
there.
make, yeah,
was
just
kind
to
of
make
fun
the
to do it.
others afraid.
Yeah, but I do believe there are demons and spirit. I don't know. I think there are demons and the Ouija boards. You know, I think I would never dare to, right? Because if it's real, something very bad can happen. You know,
Yeah.
so I would not like to try. Have you ever played, guys, this game like Ouija board? You
Yeah.
have? Did something happen? Did anything happen?
Yeah, we got some wars, but I do believe the people were moving and I never got scared about that.
No, I never cared.
The
Okay.
only thing I was getting scared, I never been scared about horror movies, but I got scared once about vampires. I don't know why.
Fires, wow.
I was really child and I watched a documentary talking about vampires and I was not getting to sleep for the whole night. I was seeing things about ghosts and I was not getting scared at all. But vampires, I was like, oh, I can't sleep.
I think vampires is kind of disgusting because drinking blood is really disgusting. You know, come on, man. Drinking blood, stop.
Gross.
You know, gross, very gross.
Maybe
Uh,
that's why I was scared.
yeah. So, speaking of being scared, what frightens you guys? What makes you afraid or scared? Jovan, is there anything that frightens you? It can be
Um,
both
no,
real or
I
psychological
just,
or I don't know. What frightens you?
I not really. I was just, but since we are talking about this, I wanted to, uh, I tried to share. It's kind of really difficult to see, I
So
think.
beautiful.
Very
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, I was
beautiful.
trying to show you maybe. Um, yeah, I don't think you can see it, can you?
I can see a street, right?
But
Yes, yes.
yeah, but
Just a street.
I was trying like the houses, the other side of the street. They are that's like they are already in the Halloween feeling. I was
Ah,
trying
Oh,
Oh, okay.
to show you,
like
but
they're
yeah,
decorated, right?
yeah. Can you see now?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see in
yeah,
Halloween
That's,
decorations. Oh,
yeah,
so
that's
yeah.
nice.
nice.
Yeah, I feel
They
so
are,
bad because we don't have Halloween here in Brazil. Only like in English courses or something, but usually people don't celebrate it. And I think it must be a
yeah.
very awesome holiday, you know?
They
Like,
were this one. It got me twice already because the first time I saw there was like a fire inside. So I
uh,
was like, really, oh, this house, the house is burning, but it was just a trick. And
Oh my God.
and today when I was like in front, and I saw like there's something I can't remember the name now, but the sign it says like danger, do not cross. And then I was like, oh, something happened to this house, and then I just realized it's Halloween.
okay.
That's gross.
But
That's
yeah,
good thing that you didn't call the fire
yeah,
department or something.
Yeah.
yeah, would be very embarrassing.
Yeah.
because
Very nice.
I think I have to buy some kind of Halloween things or costumes
Candies,
too.
candies
Yeah,
for the children.
because in Brazil we don't usually celebrate
But
Halloween. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of
what
We have
about
rare.
you,
some Cosme
Kata? Do you?
Damião.
Yeah, it's our Halloween, right? Where people. Okay, Vanessa, can you explain Cosme Damião holiday to Kata?
Yeah. Kata, because we don't have Halloween here, but I just whenever someone say that, oh, we don't have Halloween in Brazil, and I said, but we have São Cosme e Damião. It's a saint, the two saints actually, and it's one day before my birthday, September 27th, and
You should
people
never
have
know
to.
when it
I don't
is.
remember what is the reason, but the adults have to give candies to children, and the children are in front of they go around the neighborhood, like they oh there's an adult giving some giving some
Yeah.
candies in here, and the whole children are going there. Oh my candies! Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
Halloween for us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but without the scary thing
Yeah.
and the
Yeah,
costumes and
without
everything.
this scary thing. I
Yeah.
think
But
they are Catholic and they believe that
mm,
if they do that, they're gonna get good things back.
So,
mm.
Kata, do you celebrate Halloween there?
Yes, I mean, like a country, we celebrate Halloween. Uh, Always, like we have custom and we put a scary thing. Maybe not so much like United States or something like that, but I remember since I'm a child, we always celebrate it. And also in my family, it's like kind of important because my dad was from this city, but my mom was from another city, and they get married in Viña del Mar, and then they arrived here with my older brothers on 31 of October. So in Halloween, they just arrived here to stay and live here in this city. So we always celebrate Halloween and also like the years that my family's been in Punta Arenas. So it's kind of a big deal for us.
No, that's nice. It must be cool.
Nice.
Yes, holidays in my family are always so sad because my family doesn't celebrate anything, you know. And yeah, and it's like Christmas, especially Christmas. It's so sad because I try to find somewhere to be or some family, some friends to spend the date with, but it's I always feel like out of place, you know, and
Yeah.
it's not so good. Even birthdays here, it's very hard for us to celebrate anything. So I kind of I don't know why really. My father doesn't like to be happy, I guess. So
They just, I think they just don't celebrate much, but
celebrate what? Sorry.
they don't celebrate much. Like they don't like you do like traditional
They're not
events or
Oh,
traditional.
something. Yeah,
yeah, that's true.
it's
Partly because of religion, right? Because especially about Christmas, because if you study a little bit of Christianism and the history, you know that actually Jesus, there's no way Jesus could ever be born in
in December
December, right?
25.
So we understand that it was another holiday from another culture that the Roman Empire assimilated, right? And then they transformed it into Jesus' birthday. But so since we know the truth, right, we know that that's not the case. My father, as a Christian person, he says, okay, so we should not celebrate this because it's a lie, right? But
Oh my
but
God.
there's no reason for the other things, you know. So I don't know. Even if it's not true, it's nice just to exchange gifts and to put on costumes.
Yeah,
I don't know, having
It's
this
a
this
beautiful
celebration.
date. I'm not religious as well, and my family is very Catholic, but I like Christmas a lot because
Yeah.
everyone is coming to my home. We are all together. I might not have any gift sometimes. No one will give me
Yeah.
any gift, but I don't care. I just care about being with people.
Oh, so cute. So, guys, I'm going to put here some expressions and words that we have discussed here, right? So, for us to comment on them, right? If you want to ask questions or even help me with the explanations, you will be very welcome, right? So, the first one is 8 degrees Celsius, right? Because sometimes we kind of um, get the order wrong, right? We say 8 Celsius degrees, but it's actually 8 degrees Celsius. Okay. Kata, in your country, do they measure temperature in Celsius or Fahrenheit?
In Celsius.
Celsius. What about in Ireland, Jovan?
Yeah, the same.
Celsius. I think
Yeah.
the United States, I don't know,
Just
they go out of their way to make all the units different. You know,
Yeah,
it's so
I don't know why.
annoying. So
Yeah, it should
annoying.
be like the same in every, like in all the world, like also with the kilos and centimeters and
Everything in
kilometers.
America is different. Every single
Yeah,
unit.
it's so annoying because sometimes in the movies they're like talk about things and like I tried in my mind to
Yeah,
change
like
and it's like
yeah,
no.
10 miles. What the hell? Like 10 miles?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know if it's
yes.
far away or close.
Yeah, it was close. So, look, Vanessa said that the pyramids, like they were built, right? I think it was Vanessa, but they were built. So this is a structure that's called passive voice, right? So you use the verb to be here, or, and the verb in the participle, right? Because you want to pay less attention to the person who built, right? But to put more emphasis on the thing that was built, okay? So more emphasis in the object instead of the subject. So use the passive voice, right?
Okay.
You can say the pyramids were built a long time ago. By whom? I don't know. It doesn't matter. So the pyramids were built a long time ago, right? So the other one here, there are some words for boat because Jovan said that he was talking about the culture and the folklore in Ireland, and there was a boat there, right? So boat is usually smaller than a ship, right? And a ship is sometimes called a vessel, right? A war vessel or just a vessel, a big ship. Okay, so there's some vocabulary here for you. And then he said this tour that he took a long time ago. How long ago, Jova? 6
6
years?
years ago. Yeah.
Okay, 6 years. He said it was funny, right? I don't know if he meant funny or fun, but there's a little difference between these two
Yeah,
words.
it's a different.
Yeah, when you say something's fun, it's because something like exciting, like a party is fun, right? You have fun. But when something's funny, it makes you laugh, right? It's like a joke. It makes you laugh.
Yeah,
So you can say like,
absolutely.
Vanessa's pretty funny. I love her jokes. Or Vanessa's so fun. She always knows what are the best places in town to go. She throws the best parties. She's
Not
so
me.
fun, right? You can say something like this. The same goes to history and story. And actually, Jovan used it correctly when he said that the tour guide talks about the place's history, right? When when say history, we mean that it's all the narrative that happens from the beginning until now, right? History. Even when you are using a computer, your browser, you click on history, right? To see all the websites that you have accessed until now. Okay, so history and story is a narrative. It's like a story. Once upon a time, there was a princess and a prince, and that's a story. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah, we also heard the word here cemetery, cemetery, which can also be called graveyard, right?
Oh, I didn't
Cemetery,
know.
your graveyard. Yeah,
Graveyard.
because graves,
That's
graves are the tombs, right? So graveyard is a yard full of graves. Yeah,
that's
sorry.
the name up on the my neighbor's door.
Oh, really?
Graveyard.
Graveyard,
Yeah.
nice.
They put it like a sign. It's written graveyard.
That's awesome. Like,
I'm gonna go with cemetery, just to
okay.
you know.
Do you know a film called Pet Cemetery?
I think I never heard of.
There's a very different name in Portuguese, but the story is about a family who moves to a new city, a small city, and then there's a pet cemetery, but cemetery is written wrong with an S, cemetery with an S, and then everything that gets buried there comes back to life, right? So eventually their kid dies, and they bury them like desperately, and she comes back to life, but in a bizarre version. This film just got a remake recently, like 2 years ago, right? It's a very old film, but it got a remake. So guys, we have here phenomenon. Okay, phenomenon. It's an event that happens, a natural phenomenon, right? I can ask you, do you think that the Nazca lines was a natural phenomenon? I don't know. We're going to talk about this later. But actually, the plural of phenomenon is phenomena, right? Because it's a Latin word. So when you talk about many phenomenons, you say many phenomena, right? I've witnessed many natural phenomena recently, right? So let me see. João also used the expression sneaking around, right? Sneaking around, very cool, João, very good expression. So when you sneak around is when you move around silently, right? Furtively, without making people realize.
Trying not to be noticed.
Yeah, try not to be noticed. Guys, let me. I'm sorry, but I have to pick my see my charger because my computer is almost discharging. It's almost
Out of charge.
out of battery. But Vanessa, can you explain this term that you use, by himself?
By himself, alone. Well, I'm not so good at explanation, but yeah, by himself is alone. I don't remember who used this term. I think it was
You
me.
did.
Yeah, it
you
was
did.
me when I was talking that my
Your
my
grandpa
grandpa
built
the
a house by
the
himself.
house by himself. Yeah, because no one was helping him.
Yeah, it means he didn't get help from someone else.
Yeah, even an
Basically.
engineer, architect, he was a labor, but he created the home from his mind.
So he was
Yeah.
the
It's a
actor.
funny home.
Cool. So guys, by himself means alone, but only himself. It can also be to emphasize that you did it, not somebody
Yeah.
else without any help.
Yourself.
Yeah, so he built it himself. It's a little bit different from saying he did it by himself, okay? So there are two different meanings of these two expressions, okay? So himself, oh guys, I did this myself. I did this, right? I did this by myself. I did this alone. So let me put here, yes, stick around. Okay, I'm okay, guys. Also, Vanessa said that she was concerned about something, okay? But it's not concerning, it's concerned. I am concerned, okay? Yes.
No, I think it was my family was concerning.
Yeah, my family, no, actually, they were concerned. My family was concerned.
Yeah, oh, concerned.
Yeah.
I was, but actually, can I say, for example, like, so, and then my family was concerning about that, like, because there was something happening always.
Maybe
No.
they could be
It was
the fact that
it's continuous, Can I say
It's
like
worrying, right? They're worrying
yeah,
about
worrying.
something.
They were worrying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe, but this concern here, you're using I was concerned, right, about something.
I would say that the fact that your grandpa was living there all by himself was concerning.
Yeah, that's
But
what I'm talking about with embarrassing
yeah.
that
Yeah.
Chauvel used. So here, guys, what we have here actually are two adjectives. Okay, actually, the name of this phenomenon is participial adjective. So we have here the past participle or participle, which is concerned, and this is like a passive idea. I am passive idea. I am concerned about something. Something else is concerning. Okay. The situation is very concerning, right? I'm concerned about this. Or embarrassing, the same thing. Embarrassing is like an active idea. So I can say, oh, my father is so embarrassing, right? Because I'm embarrassed by him. Okay, so embarrassing and embarrassed. So it's the same roots, the same origin, but two different adjectives. Okay.
Yeah,
And
I thought the house was burning down. It was embarrassing because
yeah,
it
it was
wasn't.
embarrassing, right? And then she said that's a medium and a psychic. Okay, so two words for people who have
Yeah.
like sensory powers, like connected to to other worlds. I don't know. Let me see. Okay, so and I want to bring you some strategies, okay, to talk about what we're talking about, which is to speculate about something that happened before, right? They try to speculate, see what happened with the pyramids, the Easter Island, right? So here, I can ask what could have happened. So I'm going to use this model with have. It's called a perfect model. Oh, this must have happened because of that. Okay, what could have happened? I think it might have made things worse. Worse. Sorry, worse. And okay, so could have this. You use the perfect form here to talk about the past. Should have done, could have, might have, okay? And if you want to talk about a possibility, you can also use like it could be, okay? It could be someone moved the pieces of the Ouija board. It could be, right? Or maybe, perhaps, maybe someone moved the board, moved the piece. I don't know. Okay. And I also said that Jovan's parents used the ghost stories to scare them, scare his brothers and him into doing something. Okay, to scare someone into doing something. So you scare someone so they can do something for you, right? So this into here is very used when you want to like. It's associated to change, okay, to movement. So you have in and into. Whenever there's a change or a movement, use into, right? For example, I'm going to jump into the pool. I'm out and I'm going to jump into the pool. But if I'm already in the house, I am in the house, not into, right? Because it's there. I'm not transitioning. I'm not moving, right? So the kids were not behaving, so the parents scared them into behaving, right? So do you have any questions, suggestions, words that you would like to propose here? No?
I
Okay,
think we pretty much covered it all.
okay, very well then. So guys, one of the world mysteries that I think it's pretty hard to explain is the Nazca lines. Do you know about the Nazca lines?
Oh,
You know?
I don't think so.
Um, Kata does, right? Kata, can you explain to us what the Nazca lines are? It's called
And the
Nazca.
Nazca lines are the draws like in the ground in United States, I think, or Mexico.
Yes.
I don't remember. So yeah, there's like these big draws in the ground, like in the land that you just can see if you are like, I don't know, in a plane or an helicopter, and they're like these big things. So it's kind of hard to imagine that someone did it because like was they're so perfect. So the theory that I know is that they're supposed to be like these big draws to make like signs to the aliens or so they can see it in the space because
Mhm.
they're very big and they're very perfect. So imagine that someone tried to do that like in a, I don't know how to say it, but it's they're so big and you're so small, so trying to figure it out how you did that is kind of, I don't know. Like
It's impossible, right?
yeah.
So actually, it's in Peru, southern Peru. Yeah, I thought it was in North America too, but I just googled it and it's actually in Peru.
Yeah,
So
you're
well,
right.
according to Wikipedia, right? I don't know how reliable it is, but I think that it's correct. So the Nazca line is just that, guys. You can see from up above, from an airplane, for example, the drawings on the floor, like on the crop, the plantation. It's so big.
Oh,
They are
I
like a
heard.
perfect, like shaped like a monkey, like a spider, and things. So, guys, what do you think it could have happened there? Like, who could have built something like this? Vanessa, what do you think about it? Do you have any speculations?
I have no idea.
The one thing I believe is that if only if were like aliens, if they would build it,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they would like draw an animal like we know. Like they were, I don't think they would like draw a monkey or something.
Why
They,
not?
I think they would, if they would draw it, would be like some more complex that we don't even know about it. What
What
do
do you
you
think about
guys
that,
think?
Vanessa?
Yeah, I agree with him. I think they would like draw something more
That
natural for them,
yeah,
something
and
which came from the planet
yeah,
or from
and
wherever they came
we
from.
would look at this and it would make no sense. Like yeah,
Yeah, maybe they have the same animals over there, or maybe they saw the animals here and they were like cataloging, like what they discovered.
But maybe it's like the opposite because we are saying that the aliens made it, but maybe the aliens may help the human to do it. So what's like symbols, like I don't know, the Incas maybe was something that makes sense for them to say
Mhm.
to the aliens, instead of the aliens to say to the humans, because it's supposed that the like the important thing is they're so big that you can see it from far away. So maybe the humans want to make a sign to the aliens. You know, like
yeah,
what I
it could
mean?
be. That's
Yeah,
So that's
more. That's easier to believe.
you can say that's more likely. Okay, that's more
Yeah, it could
likely.
be. It's more likely to and easier to believe.
Yeah, but do you think that they could build or draw these things from the ground, like without any assist from like a spaceship or something to see from above? Only because it seems far-fetched for me, the idea that you could draw something so big without ever looking the whole picture, right?
yeah,
Like being
yeah.
on the ground.
It's so hard to do it.
So hard, but not impossible though, is it?
Don't think so.
Maybe someone with a lot of imagination.
Yeah, like you build the schematics, you do the scaling, right, properly, and then you measure like one kilometer that way, and then the correct angle, right,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
something
you
like
do
that.
it, right? So I don't believe that aliens had anything to do with it, but maybe Kata is right. Like humans did it in order to try to communicate with some alien force or people, right? So, guys, what's the most mysterious fact that you have ever learned about?
You mean like mystic?
Yeah, mysteries, any mystery that you can
Any
understand.
mystery.
For example,
Wow.
Stonehenge, Atlantis, or
Ah,
maybe
I
the
like
Bermuda
Atlantis.
Triangle. Like the Bermuda Triangle is really creepy because uh, there are so many like cases reported about people who flew like near that or through and they were lost, like ships too, planes, and they went missing. Actually, they went missing. Uh, so, which one do you like the most?
I vote for Atlantis. I think that is kind of awesome. And I read about it. Like I remember that I loved the movie Atlantis, like the Disney movie.
Uh-huh.
Me too.
And I remember that I asked to my parents because my parents they're both history teacher. So I was like, Atlantis is real, and they were like, and my dad he loved conspiracy theories, so he was like, I don't
Mhm.
know, but and he tried to figure out how to explain me that there was a civilization that was a big one and with a lot of technology, and one day to another they just disappear. So they say that they're trying to, I don't know, to be safe because the world was like kind of mad with a lot of war and things. So they just go down and they're like tiny in a capsule.
Capsule.
in the, well, yeah, like under the water. So I don't know, maybe
And people
it's like,
survive there.
yeah, it's like Wakanda, you know Wakanda?
Yeah,
Like
awesome.
they're like high in Africa somewhere in a capsule. I don't know.
But do you believe that there is any possibility of that being true?
Not so much, but I want to believe that there are.
Or
I
maybe
prefer to
they're
be,
like Aquaman and they can breathe underwater or something, you know?
yeah, or maybe like oh, I forgot the word, like they were like this half body and a tail.
Mermaids,
Mermaid,
mermaids,
mermaid. Maybe they're
yeah,
mermaid,
like
something like
mermaids. Uh, I think
Mermaid.
mermaid is always a girl, right? And the man is like Triton, Triton,
Yeah,
something
there's a
like this.
different name.
right. Yeah, right, right.
Yes. Something funny. So, guys, the word that I just said before was far-fetched. Something far-fetched, something really believed really hard to believe, right? Something that is not likely to be true. It's far-fetched. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna believe this because it's really, it's really out there, right? This theory is
Yeah.
really out there, right? What about you, Jovan? Do you have like a mystery, a world mystery that you like?
Um, I would go with Atlantis too, but
Francis?
I think that they say the reason is that we as human species, I think we always try to figure out and to imagine that there are other civilizations living out there somewhere, maybe not in our world, the world we believe we know, but even talking about like something more real, uh, we know that there are like hundreds, maybe hundreds of planets like our Earth, and maybe the universe is so big that we don't know much about it, and they
Yeah, I
could be
agree with
it
you.
could yeah
I agree.
it could be like it could have like another Earth-like planet, I would say,
Yes, very
and
good. Earth-like planets.
yeah, and maybe there are some other kind of people living there, or some other creatures or something, I don't know. So this idea of a different civilization, like people in Atlantis or Wakanda or something, I think it always have our attention because of this. It like it's very interesting, to say the least.
That's true. What about you, Vanessa? What's your favorite world mystery?
I think it's exactly this mystery of knowing if there's life outside Earth or not. I think the universe is a huge mystery.
Yeah.
That's true, right?
It's
Sometimes I wonder
wonderful.
how much we do know because I see some scientists with like many theories and things, but the very conversation about if it's possible or not for us to actually know something, it's really interesting because we can only experience the world through our senses and our brain, right? So maybe there is a reality outside that's totally different, and we only perceive it the way it is because of our brains, right? And the way
Yeah.
we experience things, but it can be completely different, you know. I don't know. So many theories could be right, and so who am I to say that one is right and the other one is wrong, right? Maybe
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
we
are like
don't
there's a multiverse. I don't
yeah,
know.
we don't know enough about it.
yeah.
Yeah,
We
And
just
whenever
don't know.
someone, sorry,
go ahead, Vanessa.
go ahead. No, whenever someone says that like the Earth is the only planet that has conditions, it has conditions to have life.
Hmm.
I wonder about that. I said, but how about the other lives are
Yeah,
different?
Exactly the same thing.
How
Yes.
about they can survive in a different weather?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Weather, different like air, constitution, right? And
Yeah.
even maybe we could not even realize that these beings are alive because our conception of life would be totally different from theirs, right? And what
Yeah.
we look
Yeah,
for
it's
when we
really
try
like
to, yeah, it's,
restricted. Yeah,
yeah,
we yeah, I think we restrict our beliefs into based on the things we
Where we
know.
live
Like,
here.
yeah,
it's true.
and that
And there's no
could
other
be
way, right?
or that's just we just don't know enough, I think.
Yeah. But I would really love for those things to be true, like aliens, everything. You know, can you? Sometimes I keep imagining. Can you imagine if, for example, like tomorrow there's something on the news on the internet, all of the internet discovering, some people
Like
discovered that like
life in
werewolves are
Venus.
real. Like, oh my god, we saw like a real life werewolf. It's here. It's like undeniable proof, or vampires or anything like this. It would be so awesome, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, guys, don't get me wrong. I don't believe they exist. Of course, I'm not naive, but the idea is very amusing, right? To think about discovering something that we thought previously it was just a myth or a children's story, right? Could be very nice. Uh,
yeah.
so, guys, I want to thank you very much for your presence, right? And I guess we see each other next time, right? Maybe next week. So, thank you very much, and have a nice weekend. Okay, have
You
fun,
too.
relax. Thank you, Kata, for being here, being our VIP
Thank you one more
guest.
time,
Okay,
Kata.
thank you, Vanessa.
No, thank you
So,
for the invitation.
oh, nice. It's also very nice to work with you, Vanessa, as always. So, and Jovan, nice to have you here with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was really nice to talk to you
Oh,
guys.
yeah. Bye bye,
Thank you.
guys.
See you
Bye, guys.
next
Have a
time.
great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
You
Bye.
too.